Good morning, everybody. Happy to be here. A little bit about me, and otherwise, people don't know who I am, what I'm doing in the world. And now you know my name. As you know, I'm born and raised in Sri Lanka. Age 10, I left home, and age 11, I became a Buddhist monk. Sometimes people asking, how did you decide to become a Buddhist monk such a young age? Answer, I don't know why I did that. And so when I go to the temple, one day my teacher who ordained me, he asked me, do you want to become a monk? I was very active at the Sunday school. And so in a Buddhist country, when monks say something, very rarely we say no. Because of the cultural background, just being respectful, I said yes. Now look what happened. And so then I went home, I talked to my mother, I said, Mom, I promised to become a monk. And then she asked me, do you know what it is? I said, I don't know, but sounds good. And so, she was thinking I'm joking, and so I'm the only son in the family. And so then my father involved, and then they asked lots of questions. I said, I'm not joking, I want to go. Kids always asking, right, when they want something. So, however, I was fighting with them few months and asking some permission to leave. Finally, my father got so mad with me, and so he took me to the temple and asked me to stay there. Don't come home, because it's 10 minutes walking distance. Plan was, they were thinking same evening I will return home. So I remember my teacher promised to my father, don't worry, I will send him home. So first night when I was at the temple, my teacher asked me, why you don't go home? I said, no, I'm here to become a monk, please monk me. And so I was there 3 months at the temple. So finally my parents and my teacher decided he never returned home. So I was skipped the school, then I joined the monastic school, and finally they made the decision to ordain me. So after I become a monk, I was thinking I'm going to have lots of fun. It is not at all. So all these monks know how about monk training. It is very challenging and difficult. We had to wake up 4 in the morning, go to bed 9:30 at night. And so every day somebody is watching us, and very structured training. So I did my training 10 years. I call the boot camp training. It's very challenging. I hated that time as a kid. And so, however, after I finished my school and my teacher sent me to Australia, no idea where I'm going. It's very interesting journey. I was 21. So I was in Australia. I didn't like that experience at all. And it's a long story. But anyway, I left that place. Then I was thinking to do something else. So however, I got an invitation to come to United States. 1996, I came to this country. First, I came to Detroit. And so I remember February 2nd, I was landed into Detroit Metro Airport. I was looking down, I saw no leaves, these trees. Then I never seen snow before. And I was thinking this whole country is burned out. And so later I figured it out, and this is the winter. So anyway, I was there 5 years in Detroit, and Sri Lankan traditional Buddhist temple. I was running the temple. And so I was so comfortable inside those temple walls. So I freshly cooked 2 meals, come to the temple every day. Nothing to worry about the bill payments or car insurance or those things. People doing everything for us. It's a good life, right? And so I was extremely unhappy. Something wrong with me, right? So anyway, one day I felt, I feel like living in a prison, like a very luxurious life, like a dog. That's what I felt. Anyway, I'm very stubborn monk anyway, and so I announced to people, I'm very sorry, within next 2 to 3 weeks I'm leaving this place. So monks are not paid, and so therefore we have freedom to make the decisions. But being kind and being nice, I said, give me 3 weeks, I'm leaving. So they asked me, where do you go? I said, I don't know. I go somewhere. Definitely they were thinking I'm lunatic because that time I can speak English and very few words. I didn't have that much money, very little. Um, Now I'm thinking, where do I go? So anyway, I announced even before I find the place. So there was a man, his name is Richard. He is a clinical psychologist who come to the temple. Using my broken language, I asked Richard, could you please help me find a place? Then Richard said, where do you want to go? I said, if I know where I'm going, I don't ask you. And so anyway, he said, I don't know what to do, but I will draft you a letter. So then he did. So then he said, how about you send this letter to many different organizations, churches, and different groups around the country. I don't know how to find them. Then he said, go and Google and internet. And so that time we have that gigantic computers, remember, 90s, and also dial-up connection, very slow. Sitting in front of that computer all night and keep forwarding that email to many different organizations. I was thinking I'm going to receive so many emails from people. I was so excited, but it's very interesting. Almost 2 weeks, so quiet, nothing. Now fear for unknown. After that experience, I never get excited in my life. Why? Excitement always creating disappointment and sadness and suffering. But I know this word, I will explain to you later more. This word is very powerful in your culture. Now, therefore, I want to use it so much here in this country. I say, I'm so excited to come to Pittsburgh Buddhist Center, but mindfully. If something going wrong, I can manage my feeling and my emotions. Therefore, always use the word, I'm mindfully excited. Okay? So then 2 weeks later, I got 2 emails, one from Georgia, Atlanta, other one where I'm living now, Woodstock, Illinois. You know Groundhog Day movie? That's the place they filmed. So still we have that old building. And so our temple is right there. So then I was driving from Detroit to, Illinois, Chicago. It is almost 5 hours. Can you believe almost 7-8 hours I was driving because I had a very old car. It's get heat. So that means every hour I have to stop somewhere. So however, I hate Illinois. Illinois is not like here. It's so flat. It's so boring. Lots of farmland. So then I hate all the farmlands. I go through, it's called the 47, Route 47. So I'm middle of the farmland. I don't see any houses, no people. I go through the farmland. I become so emotional. Because then I was thinking, oh my God, in this country there's no people. I'm going to live by myself, middle of this cornfield. And so now I'm so emotional, crying and fear for unknown. Then I feel I want to go back, to Detroit. And anyway, I keep driving. So finally I end up at a church. And so there was a man, his 60s, and like a 6-foot tall guy. And he was looking at me. He said, welcome to my church. This is the first time I met a Buddhist monk. And so I don't know what to do, but there is a family, husband and wife. Wife is Korean, husband is American. They are Buddhist practitioners. They love to keep you in their home. I said, okay, I don't know what to say. Then there was a man, his 40s. He said, let's go with me. Then I went to his house. Then he gave me a little room. Then I look around, I can see everything like a pink color. So then I realized this is a little girl's room. So anyway, I have a room. And then we were sitting and talking. Then he said, if you want to live with me, you have to handle 2 things. One is my wife. The second one is my 2 children, 3 and 4. If you can live with them, you have a room. Now I don't know what to say or what to do because I never used to live with a family. Can you believe now 40 plus years of being a monk? I never stay overnight at my parents' house after I leave. I don't know about family life, how they are doing. So now middle of nowhere, after many years, now I'm living with a family. So now I'm so nervous, I'm kind of watching and observing what is going on. I want to understand, digest all about the family life. It is so wonderful, I felt it is so loud for me. Why? Those 2 children, they are so cute, but early morning they wake up and crying loudly. Middle of the day, they are fighting and crying. Late at night before they go to all the drama, right? So then I realized they are children. I'm okay with that. Then husband and wife, they come after work, they are sitting after dinner, they are sitting and having all the loud talks, about the day. Then I can hear they are watching television. After 30 minutes later, I can hear they are arguing and fighting. Then I was thinking, oh my God, this is the way family life going. So, however, they are making their life. So, in between these family dramas, now there's a Buddhist monk. Now think about that combination. So anyway, even I told him yesterday, I have a really big disorder. So this is my disorder. I cannot handle messy places. I think because of my background or my nature, I love to clean. If you have a cleaning job, please call me. Okay, please, right? I need some extra job. And so anyway, now when they leave the house in the morning, I am by myself. I feel this like a war zone. Towels, dishes, and clothes, and everywhere. You know about the family sometimes. So now I cannot stand. So what I'm doing, I don't have much to do. I clean the house. I vacuum, I mop, and clean the bathrooms, and clean the dishes. And then I have to eat, I have to cook. And then when I cook for them too. So when they return after work, whole house is clean and organized, like it looks like a Zen temple. And my wife, she loves me. So now I'm doing so well with them. I'm the boss of the family. I'm the one making the grocery list and all those things, right? So anyway, one day this lady asked me, we need your help. I asked, what is that? We have a party to go, but we cannot take our children. So therefore, could you please do the babysitting for us today? I said, sure. I'm the first and only Buddhist monk in the whole world, I think, did the babysitting job. I love that experience because most of my life and I spent time with those two children, and because of them, I learned how to speak English. They are my first English teachers. Now girl is 26 years old and young lady, she traveled to Sri Lanka last year with me. And still I feel she is my daughter and son, and they are wonderful. Still I call my family. Can you believe many years, 9 years I used to live with them. The same household. Now I go to the school, learning the language, doing well. During that process, church called me and said, why you don't come to our church and teach us how to practice mindfulness? Then I said, I can, but not in English. So then minister said, no, you can do it. Being a Buddhist monk, sometimes very difficult to say no. These monks know really well. Always we try to do our best, we are ready to serve. So therefore we are not trained to say no. We said, okay, maybe I will try, something that's cultural too. But it was so difficult for me to say no. But I tried, didn't work. So now being here in America so many years, I know how to say no now. And because American people, you trained me how to say no. Thank you so much. And so I'm very comfortable to say no now. And so now I think people think I'm so Americanized, and so which is okay because I'm living in this country. I want to be like that. And so anyway, so I started my first meditation class 21 years ago at the church basement. I'm so nervous. There were 3 people like you 3 sitting in front of me and very close like here and staring at me. And so I was planning to say a few words, but after I see their faces, I lost my words. Now they are staring at me. I am so nervous. They are so curious. That is the combination I can see. So now I don't have words to say. I just smiled. Then they smile at me. Then I smile again. Back and forth, we smile to each other like a 10-15 minutes. Then I said bye. Can you see? Can you believe that's my first meditation? And I got the smiling meditation. Can you believe those 3 people still coming to the temple? And so then I was so sad. Why is that? I didn't do a good job. And same time, I'm extremely happy. Other side, why they are not coming again? That's what I was thinking. Then I went to the office of the minister and said, Dan, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I'm so nervous. He's a 6-foot-tall guy. He grabbed me like this. You can see I'm a small person. He pushed me to his office chair and he said, sit down. I want to talk to you. I call him a saint. Right? Then he said, he passed away during the COVID, 96 years And so he said, this country we call land of opportunities. Therefore, I really see, I really feel, I don't know something about you. I don't know what it is, but I really want to help you. Therefore, listen to me and try one more time. Then you can give up. Then that moment I felt something good about me. I said, okay, I will try one more time. Then second Saturday, I was sitting there. I'm so nervous. Class starts Saturday morning 10 to 11. I was sitting there 9 o'clock. I'm praying myself, please people don't show up, please people don't show up, please people. I pray to I don't know, I don't believe in God or anything, but I pray to everybody, right? I want to get rid of this. And so I realized my prayer didn't work at all. So can you believe those three people staring at me again? And I was thinking something wrong with these people, but I didn't say that. And so then second day I said few words. I cannot remember what I said. Whatever I said, they like it. Now they are coming every Saturday morning. Now I'm having fun. Finally, I'm doing well and time left. Now turn into 20, 30 people Monday night and Saturday morning. 9 years left. The church administration came to me and said, how about this? We are going to sell the church. How about you purchase this building? I said, what? I'm a Buddhist monk. How come I'm going to buy a church? I don't have money to buy a church. Then they said, no, be positive. Just announce. All the local American church members come into my meditation. No, even one Sri Lankan. Right? So then I don't know what to do. Then anyway, I just being confident about myself. I announced to people like this, they are going to sell the church. Then they asked me to purchase it. I don't know what to do. Then after I announced that, one lady came to me and asked, Bhante, she was whispering, do you really want to stay here? I said, I'd love to. So then she said, let's do it. I'm going to help you. So she donated 100,000. So the rest of the money came in within 3 weeks. I purchased the building. Now I'm a Buddhist monk. I have a church. How about that? It is an all Catholic church. So later they changed the tradition. 120 years old. According to 400 years of history of this country, that is a historical building. According to our countries, no. Right? So then after I get that building, this is the fun part. People were thinking, I take everything down and make it to the Buddhist temple. Then I was thinking to myself, last 9 years I used to live with Jesus. Rest of my life I can live with him, no problem. If I change everything, that historical building, more than the Jesus, I'm really disrespecting to the Buddha and his teaching, his compassion and his kindness. Because accepting, respecting, letting go, that is the teaching of the Buddha, right? So therefore I was thinking, nothing wrong with that. Now I kept everything where it was. I did few changes. Now when you come to the Blue Lotus Temple, it will look like a church. So when you walk into our sanctuary, you can see right side, 14 feet tall Jesus. Other side, 9 feet tall Buddha. In front of me, like when I'm sitting like this, Mother Mary is in front of me. So now I have all three spiritual figures. So people can practice loving kindness and mindfulness with Buddha and Jesus. How wonderful, right? Now we have 386 meditation classes per year. And so I don't promote a religion. I don't consider myself as a religious person. I know people see me as a Buddhist monk. Sometimes people ask me, are you Buddhist monk? I say no. Then who are you? I'm a breathist monk. I'm practicing breathism. Not Buddhism, right? Breathism and practicing, I'm a breathist monk. So what we are doing as a meditation practitioners, we are focusing on our breath. Then we are practicing breathism, not Buddhism. People love that because, I'm not, encouraging a religion. If you have one, please follow it. If you feel comfortable. If you don't have one, that's okay too. So most of religious places are open to Sunday morning service. But Blue Lotus Temple is totally closed. Why? Most of people who come to our temple, they go to church. So I want to encourage them whatever they are doing in their life. So then mindfulness practice, they can do at the church, at home, wherever you are. So that's my story. Now I'm traveling around the world more than 200 days. I never planned to travel that much. I don't know what happened. So, however, people took me to the world. Actually, more than the people, I think teaching, the message I'm passing to people, people really interested about my message. Finally, they took me to the world with that teaching. Okay. So now that's enough about me. Now I want to ask